Hello everyone. In the last session, we had a discussion on cyclic code. We have defined cyclic code in the form of its two property, linearity property and cyclic property. Then later on, we have seen how to convert any binary data into its polynomial equation. Now today, we are going to study how to find out the cyclic code word into its non-systematic form and systematic form. First of all, one should know what is the meaning of systematic form. As we all know that a cyclic code word can be formed basically while adding some check bits in the message bits. For example, if suppose we are having a message sequence 1011, and if suppose we can add some check bits in it, let's say 011 are the check bits. So basically we can get here a code word, we can call it as a cyclic code word while adding this check bits in the message bit. So final code word is 011 1011. So the check bits C is add here in message bits D, or we can change this C as, let's say, C dash. So C dash here. So this is the final code word, we can call it as a cyclic code word. Now, can we say that this is as a systematic code word or non-systematic code word? So let us define what do you mean by systematic form of a cyclic code word. A code word is said to be a systematic code word if message bit appear either at the start or at the end in the final code word as it is. Then it is called as a systematic code word. Else it will be a non-systematic code word. So as we can see here, in the final code word C, the message bit 1011 appear at the end as it is. It means this will be a systematic cyclic code word. If this 101 word appeared, let's say suppose for example we are getting here another code word, let's say C1, and we are getting first bit as check bit, then next 4 bit as message bit, let's say 1011, and last 2 bits as the last 2 check bits 11. So the message bits 1011 appear at middle part of the final code word. So this will be a non-systematic cyclic code word, and this is a systematic cyclic code word. Now, how to get the non-systematic form of cyclic code word and systematic form of cyclic code word? So to get the non-systematic form of cyclic code word, we need to use the equation C of P is equal to D of P into G of P, where C of P is the cyclic polynomial equation, D of P is the input message polynomial equation, and G of P is the generator polynomial. So simply by multiplying input polynomial with the generator polynomial, we will get a cyclic polynomial equation, and from that we will get a cyclic code word. Now, how to get the code word into its systematic form? So for that purpose, we need to find out here a check bit polynomial. So to get that, we need to find out ith row of the check bit polynomial. How? By using this formula, which is equal to remainder of p raised to the power q dp upon gp. So p is the polynomial variable, q means number of check bits, how many check bits you can add, dp is the input message polynomial, and gp is the generator polynomial. Now with the help of example, let's see how we are getting the code word in non-systematic form and systematic form. So here I am having a example. We can start from here. For 7,4 cyclic code generator polynomial g of p, so generator polynomial here given as p cube plus p square plus 1, find code word in non-systematic and systematic form for message bit 1101. So this is what input sequence is given and the generator polynomial given. So if we see the non-systematic form equation, that is C of P is equal to D of P into G of P. So basically we are directly having G of P, but somehow we wanted D of P. Now this is the value of d. Input is given and we need to convert it into its polynomial equation. So while using the basics of my last lecture, we can convert this binary sequence into its polynomial form. How? So d of p is equal to 1 into p0 plus 1 into p1 plus 0 into p2 plus 1 into p3. So this is how we are getting d of p 1 plus p plus p cube, and g of p is already given. Now we can multiply these two things here so that we will get a final code word c of p. So c of p is equal to d of p into gp. dp is 1 plus p cube and gp is p cube plus p square plus 1. So if we multiply these two brackets together, we are getting p cube plus p4 plus p6 plus p square plus p cube plus p5 plus 1 plus p cube. Now you know in XOR addition, same parameters are always cancelled together. You know in XOR gate 0 plus 0 is 0 and 1 plus 1 is also 0, means the two same inputs always producing the 0 output, so they will be cancelled together. So p cube will be cancelled and rest of the things will be as it is. So we can write the total equations in the incremental order of polynomial equation. So the first value is 1 plus p square plus p cube plus p4 plus p5 plus p6. Now this is a C of p equation, but we wanted final check cyclic code word into its non-systematic form. So let us write its equivalent code word. So we can do the reverse thing here. We have already written binary polynomial equations from the binary sequence. Now from the polynomial equations we can write the binary sequence. How? So we know that this having the power p0, so it comes as a first bit. Then p1 whose coefficient here is 1, here is 1, so this will come as the second bit. p2 its coefficient is 1, so third. p cube's coefficient is 1, p4 coefficient is 1, p5 coefficient is 1 and p6 coefficient is 1. As we know that here the size of this cyclic code is 7, 4. What does it mean? It means the value of n is 7, total number of bits in the code word, total number of message bits are 4, and number of check bits we can add are 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. So how many bits we are getting in the final code word? 7. It means these are the 7 bits. This is how we are getting the final code word. We can see once again here, 1 means it is p0 coefficient, this 1 is p1 coefficient, then this one is p2 coefficient, this one is of p cube coefficient, p4 coefficient, p5 coefficient and p6 coefficient. So in the reverse way we'll have to write down the coefficient value, and we are getting the final code word in its non-systematic form. Now let us see how we are getting the code word in the systematic form. So for that purpose we'll have to use the equation ith row of check bit polynomial is remainder of p raised to the power q dp upon gp. So the same equation I have written here, c of p is equal to remainder of pq dp upon gp. Now dp we already is known to us. Now we can multiply this dp 1 plus p cube with p raised to the power q, where the q is already known to us, which is 3. So p cube into this dp, we are getting this value p cube plus p4 plus p6, p cube into 1 p cube plus p4 and p cube into p cube p6 as the power is added. Now we can divide this numerator by a denominator, which is generator polynomial gp. So we are getting this. Now let us make the polynomial division here. So to do the polynomial division we must have to take some precaution. What is that precaution? We must have to write the polynomial equations in the descending order. This is very important. We must have to write the equation in the descending order. As you can see, the numerator is written in descending order as well as the denominator is also written in the descending order. This is very important. Now let us make the division. So if you see here, power of p in the numerator is 6, so p6, and here is p cube, so it means we need to multiply this p cube by p cube so that we are getting p6. So let us write in the quotient p cube. So p cube into this total part we are getting here, so p cube into p cube is p6 plus p cube into p square is p5 plus p cube into 1 is p cube. So this p square is not coming right now. First of all, only p cube. So when p cube is multiplied with this, we are getting this equation, and you can see here it is written in the descending order. Now as you know, the same polynomial function in XOR addition will be cancelled. So p6 will be cancelled, p3 will be cancelled. So what will left? p5 plus p4. We can maintain the descending order. Now if we see in the remainder, here it is p raised to the power 5, and once again if we see the denominator, which is p cube, now it means we need to multiply this p cube by p square, so that we are getting here p5. So when we need to multiply this p square to this complete equation, which will be coming here. So p square into p cube is p5 plus p square into p square is p4 plus p square into 1 is p square. Now once again same part will be cancelled, p5 will be cancelled, p4 will be cancelled. So what will left in the denominator? P square. Now further division is not possible, as the power of the polynomial is less than the numerator polynomial power here, which is p cube. So this operation will continue until and unless the power of the remainder is not less than the power of the numerator. So here we are getting a remainder value p square. Now from this remainder value we are getting the check bits. So let me write here the check bits. How? You can see here c of p, I can write here, which is p square. As we know this formula, c of p is remainder of this. So whatever the division that we have done here, its remainder is p square. So c of p is remainder of this, it means p square value, which we have written here. Now from this, once again we'll have to look at the reverse approach. From this we'll have to write its final binary data. So we can write this p square as 0 into p0 plus 0 into p1 plus 1 into p square, because 0 is multiplied by anything, we get a 0. So you know how many check bits is here? Total 3, as the value of q is 3. So let us write the coefficients. p0 coefficient is 0, p1 coefficient is 0, and p2 coefficient is 1. So number of check bits are 3 and they are 0, 0, 1. So now finally we can write the code word in the systematic form. As we know that in systematic form the message bits appear either at the start or at the end. So while writing the systematic code word, first of all we can write this check bit as it is 0, 0, 1, and then it is followed by the input message bits, which are 1, 1, 0, 1. This is how we are getting the final cyclic code word into its systematic form.